Good morning, Clifton High. For today's athletic session, we're going to be focusing on functional fitness. So for some of you that maybe don't know what that is, it's very much focused on physical preparation for exercise and conditioning. It's kind of like training your body to move in the right way, and that way we're avoiding injuries and actually we're becoming more efficient. Okay, so quite often it's an area that maybe is neglected in training. It can cause to lots of injuries if you're not moving in the right way. So it is really important to focus on technique and form, and that way you'll be able to perform better at the end of it. So we're going to look at various activities, working on different muscle groups. It's completely relevant to everyone, whatever your sporting background, and suits all the athletic events. As basic movement underpins all of the exercises that we do. Okay, so hopefully just by building in some of these sorts of activities, you'll be able to perform better, generate more power, more speed, and ultimately that's going to make you faster, be able to jump for longer, and be able to throw further, and get better performances in your athletic events. Okay, so to start off with, we're going to run through a bit of a warm-up. So it's mobility exercises and some activations, just to make sure your muscles and your joints are ready for exercise. So the first one we're going to do is some lateral hip openers. So you're going to go with a fairly wide stance, feet are facing forward, and you're just going to move from side to side. Okay, so for this exercise it's really important you're trying to keep your hips fairly level and facing forward. And then as you go through, you're going to try and increase your range. We're going to run through for 30 seconds. So try and increase the range as you're warming up, and you should feel it on the inside of your thigh and then also on the outside around your hip joint. Stop there. Okay, next exercise is a dynamic quad stretch. So for this one, you're looking to hold on to your foot. With the other hand, you're going to put up in the air for balance. Knees are together, and you're holding it there for 2 or 3 seconds, and then you're going to switch legs. Okay, so try and keep nice and strong and tall. Holding, and then switch. And switch. Okay, try and stretch that knee right down to the floor. Switch. Okay, moving on to our next exercise. So it's a dynamic hamstring stretch this time. So fairly similar. Again, we're going to bend our leg here, and the other leg we're going to keep nice and straight with our toe off the ground. From that position, we're going to reach down to the floor and stretch up, and then we're going to switch legs. Reach down, stretch up. If you can, try and touch the ground, and then reach up nice and tall. And stop there. So our next exercise is tin soldiers. So for this one, you're trying to get your leg nice and straight and up forward. Okay, so I'm going to bring one leg up to my opposite hand and then do the other way. Okay, try and keep your leg really nice and straight, point your toe and bring it up as high as you can. Okay, next exercise is a hurdle step. So for this one I've got an imaginary hurdle in front of me, and all I'm going to do with one foot is to come out and over that hurdle. So I'm going to come out, over, down. Then I'm going to same leg, I'm going to step back out and over that hurdle. So I'm going to come up, out and over, and then back down again. Okay, really make sure you're trying to rotate that hip as you're going out and in again. Okay, and then we're going to switch over to the other leg. So again, we've got our imaginary hurdle, we're coming up, out, over and down, and then up, in, over and down. Okay, so for our next one, we're going to do some low controlled side steps. I might have to go the other way on this one, I haven't got quite enough room. So about shoulder width apart, and then you're going to go into a nice low position, and then all you're going to do is side step as far as you can in that direction. 4 or 5 steps is fine, and then you're going to come back again. Okay, so the whole time you're staying in that nice low position, you're keeping your feet about shoulder width apart, and your head really needs to try and stay level, so I'm not coming up and then back down again. I'm trying to stay nice and low as I go. Keep those feet facing forward. One more. Okay, you should be feeling that in your hip and your glute muscle. Our next one is going to increase that range a little bit more. So this is known as the world's greatest stretch, so it might be debatable, but I always feel a good one for this one. So you're going to take a fairly wide lunge stance, and you're going to bring your back knee to the ground. So from that position, also both hands on the floor next to your foot, and then with the same hand that your leg is forward, you're going to come up and then rotate your body as far as you can. Then you should again be feeling that in your hip joint. You're going to hold there for a little bit, come back again, and then step back and then onto the next foot. Okay, so nice wide lunge stance, knee down to the floor. My hands are next to here, same foot as same hand, and I'm going to roll out to the side as far as I can and hold. again. Opposite foot, change over. Nice wide lunge. Same foot as the hand is forward. Back again. Okay, try and really increase that range, breathe out, and then just stretch a little bit more. Last one. Okay, so our next one is going to be a walkout. So starting feet, again back shoulder width apart. From that position I'm going to reach down as far as I can to touch the ground. I'm not very flexible, so I'm not very good at this one. If you can, try and get your hands to the ground as close to your feet as you can. And then all you're going to do is walk your hands out as far as you can into a nice plank position. With that plank position, then you should be holding a nice flat body position. Once you've held it there for a little bit, you're going to then walk your hands back again, all the way back to your feet, and then stretch up nice and tall. I'm going to do it this way round now, so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so hinge at the hips, so folding forwards, and we're trying to reach for the ground. You should be feeling it now in your hamstrings. So I'm trying to reach for the ground here, as close to my feet as I can, and then I'm going to walk my hands out. So I'm in a high plank position, my body hopefully is nice and flat. I'm going to hold it there for a little bit, and then I'm going to walk back again as close as I can to my feet, back up and stretch. Okay, a few more of those. So again, stretching down, stretch, stretch, stretch. Holding that position. If you can, you can go out a little bit further just to challenge yourself. Hold. And then coming all the way back and up. We're going to go for one more. Bit more of a range. Okay, just to vary that out a little bit, here you can as well go for slightly different. I'll go this way actually. So from this position, again, reaching down to the floor, walking out. Once you've walked your hands out as far as you can then walk your feet in as close as you can to your hands, and then stand up. Okay, again, it's a similar sort of stretch for your hamstrings, so it's quite good. You can try that one another time if you want. So our last one that we're going to do is a quad rocker. I'm going to demonstrate this way. So onto your hands and knees. Okay, so you're aiming for your knees to be underneath your hips, hopefully, and then your hands underneath your shoulders. So you should have a nice square body position. From here, you're going to sit back onto your feet as far as you can. As you breathe out, hopefully you can reach a little bit further. In that position then, you're going to transfer your weight forward, all the way forward, and drop your hips to the floor. Feel the stretch, and then coming all the way back again to sit back. Okay, again, it's really opening up that hip joint. More. completes our warm-up. So hopefully you're feeling a little bit more mobile. You've activated your muscles and they're ready, engaged for the main session. Okay, so just a reminder that all the exercises you're going to do, you're thinking about control and your form and your technique. So I'm going to run through now our first exercise. So it's a Bulgarian split squat. For this one you're going to need a chair of some sort or something to raise your foot onto. So I'm facing forward, fairly wide position. I'm going to put one of my feet onto the chair so it's raised. And then from that position I take a fairly wide stance. I want to make sure I'm nice and controlled and upright, and all I'm going to do is to squat down nice and low and then come back up again. Okay, so for this one again you're focusing on your technique and your control, so you're taking it down nice and slowly and the same back up again. Okay, ideally you want to try and keep your knee in line with your ankle and then your hip also in line, so you've got that nice straight alignment going the whole way through your body. I'm just going to move the chair so you can see it from the other angle. Okay, so my chair is there, and then from that position I'm taking one leg up onto the chair, fairly wide position there, and I'm going to come down nice and low, see how low you can go. So you're probably about an inch-ish with your knee off the floor, and then coming back up again. Control it down slowly, keeping your knee above your foot and your ankle, and then slowly back up again. Okay, you're going to do that exercise, you're going to do 10 off each leg. Exercise number 2 is a single leg chair squat. So again I'm going to be using my chair. So from this position you're going to be squatting with one leg onto the chair. So one leg's going to be off the ground nice and straight, and then you're going to focus on the control going through the other leg. Okay, again we're going to try and keep my ankle, knee and hip alignment nice and straight. So this knee position needs to be just going forward, and I shouldn't see too much in and out movement with your knee, and that's a good way to try and measure it. Okay, so from that position, nice straight leg up, we're going to go down into a squat position, nice and low, and then back up. Okay, you're not going to sit actually onto the chair, you're going to take it fairly low, as low as you can, and feel comfortable and controlled without sitting down onto the chair. So once again, nice and straight, one leg, squat, and then control it back up again. Okay, same again, nice and controlled and slow, and then back up again. Okay, once again from the other angle. So single leg squat there. My leg that I'm not going to be using, nice and straight. You can go with a bent leg if you want to, whichever's more comfortable. And we're really focusing on your knee alignment on this one. So nice straight position. Remember, focus on control. Nice and low, and then back up again. So the next exercise we're going to do is a reverse lunge. So we're moving our leg backwards into the lunge position. Again, we're thinking about our alignment, so we're not coming out to the side. Really, you should just be working in that plane straight forward and back. So all you're going to do is take your foot back into a reverse lunge, nice and controlled, and then step back up again. Okay, you're going to work on the same leg, low, controlled, and back up again. Okay, again we're looking at our knee remaining above our ankle and our hip also staying in a nice straight position. So from that position, reverse lunge, control, and back up again. Okay, try and take it out nice and wide. Okay, you can challenge yourself by trying to put your foot a little bit further back, okay, while maintaining that nice straight position. You're going to do 10 off each leg. Okay, next exercise is a chair step up. So again, we're using a chair. I've chosen slightly more sturdy this time. So we're going to be stepping up onto the chair. So again, we're looking at our foot plant and our knee being above our ankle and keeping that nice straight position. So I'm going to step up and then finish with a nice high knee on the alternating leg. And notice I'm also using my arm to kind of replicate that running action. Okay, and then I'm going to step back down again. Okay, so again, I'm focusing on my alignment as I step up, there, and back down again. Okay, so I'm going to step down every time, up, through, and back, up, through, up, through. Okay, really try and push your foot into that chair so you're getting the propulsion as you push off. Up, through. Okay, the next exercise we're going to run through is a single leg deadlift. So for this one you need some form of weight. I've chosen a fruit bowl, but obviously be creative with whatever you can find in your home. So for the single legged deadlift, okay, about shoulder width apart with your legs. One leg is going to go back it nice and straight, and you're going to be lowering your body, so you're hinging from the hip position. Okay, so I'll just do a quick demonstration. So again, focusing on that knee alignment and keeping nice and straight there. Nice straight arms, so your leg is going to go straight back and then you're going to hinge up. Okay, so you're hinging forwards and then hinging back up again. Okay, while you're going backwards, it's really important to think about your leg that is moving backwards to try and stay in a line with your ankle, not going out to the side or crossing over to the inside. So try and keep it going straight back in a line with where it is now. So another quick demo, I will do it from this side so you can see a little bit better. So nice soft knee on the standing leg, and then we're going to just go straight back and then hinge up again. Okay, so hinging forward and then hinging back again. So this exercise is a hop and hold. Again, we're looking at our knee stability and keeping that nice straight alignment with your ankle and your knee being in line. So we're going to take off on one foot and then hop to the same foot, keeping the control as we land. So from that position, nice and low, you can use your arms to help with your hop. You're going to hop onto the same foot, hold, control, and then stand up nice and strong. Okay. When you are landing, try and have a nice soft knee, and you want to avoid your knee having that wobble of going in and out. You want to try and maintain it nice and stable above your ankle position. Okay, so you're just really testing your balance and your control on landing for this one. Once again. So one foot, you can use your arms, hop onto the same foot, control, and stand up. Okay. The next exercise is a speed skate. So for this one you're working on your lateral stability. We're working in a sideways movement. So you're going to take off from your outside foot and it's a sideways bound to land on the opposite foot on that side. Okay, so once again we're looking at stability and control as you land. So from there, bounding onto one leg and control. So you're going to hold 2 to 3 seconds and then you're going to bound onto the other leg. Okay, try and work opposite arm and leg, so you're trying to mimic the running action, So again, control as much as you can, and then bounding back. So this exercise is runner touches, so we're kind of mimicking the action of running and working the hip engagement and knee alignment, etc. So you're going to go backwards with one leg, and it's going to go back in a nice straight position. The same arm is going to be reaching forward as far forward as you can, and you're going to be hinging at the hips. So I'll do a quick demo. So this leg back, this arm forward, nice and straight, hinging at the hips, controlling that knee position and keeping it in line. Then we're going to come and transfer forward into our running position. Okay, so we're going to go back again, same arm, same leg, leg reaching back, arm reaching forward and hinge, keeping a nice straight back position, and then we're going to transfer into that running position up. Next exercise is called a bird dog. No idea why it's called a bird dog, but it is. So for this one, you'll need a mat or something comfy, and you're going to go onto your hands and your knees. Okay, so from this position, ideally you want to have your hands below your shoulders and your knees below your hip position, so hopefully you've got a square body position. And then from that position, we're going to go opposite hand and leg raise to a nice straight position. Whole time we're thinking about our form and our shape, so a nice flat back position and keeping nice and stable. So same opposite hand and foot is going backwards, raise nice and straight, and then we're going to come back again. Okay, it's a nice slow controlled movement, thinking about your form. It's really important for this one that you're thinking about your alignment. So with your foot, it's going straight back behind you, not too out to the side or crossing over, and the same with your arm. So it's going straight out as an extension of where your shoulder and your hip is. Okay, so once again, in that position, nice straight back position, control, keep the back nice and straight and flat and still, hopefully, and then coming back down again. Next exercise is a dead bug. So you're going to be using your mat again. So onto your back this time, with your back nice and flat and straight. And then from that position, legs are going to come up, arms are going to come back or up in the air, and you're going to go with opposite leg and arm, and it's just going to extend. So your leg is going nice and straight, and your arm is also going straight back. Okay, so from that position, control nice and slowly, back till it's straight, and then slowly back up again. Next exercise is a bear crawl. So you're going to go into all fours. Again, looking at your shoulders being, your hands being below your shoulders, and your knees and your hips being in line. And from that position, onto your toes. So you're going to lift your knees so they're about an inch off the floor. And then you're going to move laterally, so side to side. So same leg and same arm is going to step out and in. I will demonstrate. So from here, nice and low, we're focusing on that back position. We're going to go out, across, try and get the leg and the arm moving at the same time. Your knees are staying about an inch off the floor, and then we can go back in the other direction. Okay, the whole time you're going to be focusing on your flat back position. I'll demonstrate this way so you can see as well. So knees just off the floor and then moving slowly and controlled. Next exercise is a single leg glute bridge. So again, you're going to be using your matted area. From this position, you're going to be raising one foot. So you can use anything. I've got paint for this one, so try and pick something fairly stable. So you're going to put your one foot fairly flat onto the your raised area, and then from that position, all you're going to do is go up into a bridge position. So for this, you're looking to raise your hips nice and high and keep that body straight. So from there, you're going to lift then the other leg off the floor, and you're going to come up and then lower back down again. Up and back down again. Okay? To make it a little bit harder, you can lift your arms up, and then it's only obviously focus on your glute doing the work and nothing else. So from there, lift your hips up nice and high, and then slowly control it back down again. Okay, you're going to again complete 10 off each leg. If you want slightly more of a challenge, you can have a higher raised platform, and that will make it slightly harder. So the next exercise is a torture twist or Russian twist. So it's going to be working on your core. So you're going to, in a seated position, raise your feet just above the floor and hold that position, and then you're going to be moving from side to side. Okay, try and get that upper body rotation and control. If you want to make it slightly harder, then by all means use something weighted to add a bit more challenge, and try and get a little bit more rotation from each of the moves. So I'm going to try and rotate a little bit further this time to try and make it harder.